Today I read a story about BMW's hydrogen car plans and about their resistance to going electric. Hello my friends, welcome to the Electric Viking. Fantastic to see you today. Thank you for your support. Thank you for jumping on to our channel partnership. For those of you who have signed up to that, awesome to see you doing that. Remember, that's going to give you access to videos 24 hours quicker, and also it's going to mean you're going to get a couple of videos every week, between 2 to 4 videos every week that will be only for members of the program. So yesterday, BMW CEO Oliver Zipse was asked about how the automaker sees the planned ban on the sale of new ICE vehicles in Europe starting at the end of the decade. Now, Zipse was in the town of Neuchingen, close to Stuttgart. I'm sure I didn't pronounce that right, whatever, attending a conference, and he made it pretty clear that BMW doesn't agree with the ICE ban, but it's complying anyway. Now, Zipse pointed out that BMW will be ready to shift to electric even before 2035, when the ban is to be enforced in Europe. Really true though? Well, I've had a look at what they're talking about in this ban, and I believe it's going to be virtually impossible to sell vehicles that are not EVs in 2030. In fact, BMW, they claim, will be ready though by 2030, and it will be able to offer more or less a complete range of EVs by then. Automotive News, the BMW boss, quotes the BMW boss as saying, he said, "We will be ICE ban ready if a region, a city, or a country gets the idea of banning ICEs. We have an offering. The BMW Group is not worried about this. Whether it's a good idea, that's another question, but we will have an offering anyway." Now, BMW right now has the i4 and the iX, and only the latter is a ground-up electric model built on a bespoke EV platform. So they have one bespoke EV vehicle right now, other than the i3, which is, not selling at all. The former, the iX, is just a fully electric version of the BMW 4 Series Grand Coupe. So it's a transitional vehicle which has compromises, a transmission tunnel for no transmission, other things like that, an engine bay for no engine. You get the point. But according to the first people who got to experience it, it's pretty good on first impressions. I always have to question though the incentives of why people will say a vehicle is good or not. How often do you see car reviewers saying a car is bad? It almost never ever happens. Never. It's so rare to see a car reviewer say a car is bad that I'm very skeptical of all car reviewers. In fact, I don't read car reviews almost at all anymore. I read the news, I read facts, I read statistics, because those are less impartial and less influenced by advertiser dollars. Now, this channel, so you know, doesn't receive any advertising from any car manufacturer in the world whatsoever, which for most other channels on YouTube that do reviews, find is not the case. Now, back in March of this year, BMW announced that it expects up to 50% of its entire global sales volume to be electric by 2030. The percentage is lower and more conservative than what other manufacturers have recently announced. For example, Volkswagen says 70% of its sales will be EVs in 2030. I believe Volkswagen will have to change that number to 100% because no one will want a diesel or petrol vehicle in 2030. But let's look at this fact, right? BMW says up to 50% of its entire global sales volume will be electric in 2030. So it's saying that 50% or more of its sales in 2030 will be petrol and diesel vehicles. In my view, BMW needs to take a good look at the sales figures in the market niches they target. Now, last month, Tesla sold 3 times more Model 3s in Germany, where they don't even make the Model 3. They only make it in China and America, and they have to ship it all the way over there to Germany, pay tremendous costs in doing so. And they sold 3 times more Model 3s than the BMW 3 Series, which is its exact competitor. In fact, they sold more than the 3 Series and a few other of BMW's other vehicles put together by a factor of 3. So Tesla is eating the lunch of BMW right now because BMW is simply not ready to give the public the vehicles that it actually wants. Now, I think it's pretty obvious based on Tesla's trend of sales figures and BYD's trend of sales figures over the last 12 months that both of those companies will outsell BMW by 2024. If you disagree with that fact, then you simply disagree with maths. Now, if you're thinking, well, BMW are not in the area of mass sales, they don't care about lots of sales, they don't want scale, they just sell quality cars. Well, I suggest you think again. BMW right now are in the price range where EVs are competitive right now. That is why the company is ripe for disruption. Now remember, Nokia, 2 years after the iPhone was released, was still very profitable. Then market sentiment rapidly changed, almost overnight. Within 3 years, their sales dropped by 70% because very few people wanted to buy what Nokia was offering. I predict the same thing is likely to happen to BMW unless they get over this attitude of saying that EVs are bad and that customers don't really want EVs, when actually they do. Check out my video talking about BMW potentially going bankrupt. I'll put a link in the description below. Thank you for watching the videos. Hope you got something out of it. Hope you learned that, BMW is still not on board with the future. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.